One second, guys. Trying to wait a second. Let me see if anybody come in.
Oh, so it's kind of like IG Live.
In a sense, yeah. I think I already got a super chat on this joint.
What's that mean?
When they like give a little money just so they can do like a little shout out real quick.
Wow.
We already live, to be honest with you. Yo.
Oh, okay.
What's good? Hey, thank you for the $20 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. Let's give it one more second. Let's see.
Do you hear anything when I do this?
Nah. Are you supposed to?
No.
You supposed to?
Yeah, you should.
Oh, like a little slight tap? A little slight
that
tap?
means my mic. Oh, you hear it?
Just a little slight tap. Nothing
Okay,
serious,
cool.
yeah.
I was trying to make sure my mic is working. That I'm speaking through my mic. So if I get close to like this, like my voice is deeper, or I mean, like you can hear it more or louder.
Yeah. It sounds
Okay,
better.
cool.
It sounds like louder and stuff. But let me stop wasting time for real, because I feel like I'm see. I was just trying to hope that at least a few more people will get in this joint. Drew Boo 716, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let me stop wasting time for. Yo, got the moderators in here. All right, let's get into this joint. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to the He Rants podcast, man. I'm your host, Felix Long Trousers, man. Hey, today we have a special guest, man, Mr. Go 30.
What's going on, man? What's going on, people? How y'all doing?
Man. Thank you so much for coming, man. Like this is big, man. I feel like I'm meeting a big time star. I can be one of the first guys to interview before you become huge, man. I really appreciate you taking time, man.
Nah, man, I appreciate you. You came on my podcast. You feel me? So I had to return the love, man. I feel like that was my best episode.
Oh, man. You're the first guy that's actually going to be interviewed by He Rants, man. So this is a big deal. I really wanted to make it even bigger. I wanted you to actually come, and then I was supposed to have like a whole bunch of females just throwing panties at you the moment you come in this joint, son. But I'll be honest with you, my budget is not huge, so most likely, son, some of those panties, I can't guarantee that they wouldn't have a little bit of yeast or menstrual stains on them, son. But definitely next year, though, I got you, son. I definitely got you, son. We're gonna make sure the girls have insurance, monostat, all that stuff, right?
I bet.
So let's not waste no more time, man. First, I gotta ask you, what do your parents do for a living?
My parents. So, my mother is a nurse. She's out in Jersey. So, Mom, if you're watching, what's up? And my dad is a psychiatrist.
Oh, nice, man. So they're really doctors and everything. Make it up, nurse, doctor, medical field and everything like that. That's actually pretty smooth, bro. Hey, let me ask you this: does your family know how big you are?
Nah, not at all.
A secret, like people who leave comments on Pornhub.
No, man. I try to, let them know, but they just don't get it. So they don't understand social media. I told my mother, I was like, hey, T.O. was in the national championship game with my merch on. She's like, who's T.O.? I'm like, it's one of the greatest players of all time, greatest NFL players of all time, one of them. And she was like, oh, okay, when you coming home? And I was like, all right.
Oh, for real,
You just gotta
man.
brush it off. Just gotta brush it off. So I'm like, oh dang, they'll figure it out.
One
You gotta
day,
get on like a real big stage for them to know.
exactly. When they start seeing you on TV, I'm like, oh, this boy's doing something serious. This boy's doing something serious.
Yeah.
Are you regular African American, or are you from anywhere in particular?
Now, I mean, I consider myself now. People see this different ways. I've always like I think for myself, and I feel like if you are an American citizen, you're American.
Okay, here we
And
come with the hotel
so
stuff.
my parents and I was born here an American citizen, so I am African American. My parents, but I'm first generation, so my parents came here from Liberia. And so like there was like when I was born, there was a war in Liberia, and my parents came here, and that's why I was born here. So I consider that African American. A lot of people say that's African, whatever you want to say. I just told you the story, so
No, no, no. I
at
understand,
least you
man.
know the details.
Most of the time, I would still call them African, but I understand what you're saying, African American. But first
Yeah, it just
generation
makes sense
African.
to me. It makes sense to me because I feel like that's the definition of African American. It's if I mean or anybody American. So it's if you have a precursor to your name to whatever nationality you are, it's because that's your parents came from somewhere else and then you were born or you're a citizen here. So
Nah, by
whatever you
definition,
want.
you
Say.
100% correct, bro. By definition, you're 100% percent correct. I actually, to be honest with you, I'm actually now not surprised when you said your mom is a nurse and your dad is a psychiatrist. Now that you said the Liberian parts, because you already know Africans, like they don't play around when it comes with money, son. When it comes with money, so they
Oh
go
yeah.
for the fields that the bread is rolling in, man. I'll be honest with you, man. When you when I asked you this question, I was hoping you were gonna give me some super sob story, but like, listen, man, I don't even have parents. Like, you know how the joke goes. I don't even have parents, man. I grew up as the parent of my 17 brother and sisters and stuff. I took care of them. We made it out the mud and everything. Sometimes I had to sell dick on the side just to make sure there was ice in the freezer. You feel me? I thought the story was gonna go like that, but son, I'm impressed with it. I'm impressed.
I wanted to answer all the questions. I know I want to answer all the questions. I don't want to not speak on anything. So sometimes you gotta lie. You know what I mean? So
To finesse
you don't know what's true and what's not.
Hey,
I'm
that's
just gonna talk
facts.
to them.
That's facts. Hey, listen, I be telling joints my joint is 9 inches. You feel me? Hey, it's Russian roulette.
Hey.
Hey, now it might be a lie, it might be the truth. You never know until the pants drop. You feel me?
For real, you gotta undersell it. I feel like you should undersell it. You know what I'm saying? And surprise them. You know how you feel about that?
Right. That makes sense. Because you pull up to the joint, you said like, yo, I got like 3 inches and stuff, right? Then boom.
Yeah.
Like now you pull up with the 4, then like, oh wow, an extra inch.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an extra inch. I'm like, okay, all
Wow,
right. So
yeah.
it makes sense. It makes sense, man.
Get a little excited. Like, wow,
Exactly,
what did I bargain
exactly.
for? What did I expected?
Exactly. So I wanted to ask you this, man, because I've been following you for quite some time now. It seems like you really grew a lot at the end of 2021, right? You just started going on a rampage. I'm looking at your freaking Twitter's like 97,000 right now. You pushing to 100K. Instagram, you're killing the game right now, man. You got like 153 and growing. Man, YouTube even, you got 6,000. I swear I just looked at your YouTube like 2 days ago. You had like 5,000 something. So you're growing rapidly, man. And at the same time, the monster that's really going crazy for you is TikTok, man. TikTok, you got like what 600,000 followers on TikTok and growing, man. Like, hey, you're really killing it right now, man. So I need to ask you, now that you have gained this popularity, have you changed?
Nah. I mean, for me, it's like I just feel like nobody's better or worse than anybody. We all play our role in the community. Whatever you do, you a doctor, you a mechanic, whatever your chosen professional thing is. You serve the community. You are part of this ecosystem. You're not better or worse than anybody. You just playing your role. So I'm just happy I found my role, something I like to do, I enjoy doing. So I'm just gonna do that, full force, and just live my life. I'm having a lot of fun. That's it. I ain't gotta stunt or brag or be anybody I'm not.
Okay, so you didn't have to cut anybody off. Like, hey, man, I had to step on a few people. Some of these people were holding me back. They were stopping my growth. I had to become the guy that you know as Coach 30. Speaking of Coach
Nothing
30,
like that, man.
Oh, hey.
Say it again.
No, I respect it, man. Hey, listen, and I remember what you said earlier on in the interview. Sometimes you have to lie. You have to say, you have to
Yeah.
give the coach answer sometimes. You feel me? So I definitely understand
Exactly.
that. So
You gotta
I need
get
to
a PC
understand
answer.
where did your name Coach 30? Like, where did it come from? I see Mr. Go 30 and everything. I have an idea where it came from, but I want to make sure that my hunch
Wait,
is
wait,
correct.
wait, 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 wait. I want to hear your idea first.
Well,
Before I,
my idea was just when you said Go 30, I'm thinking like you running a fly route Go 30. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Or
oh,
maybe only other thing I could think of was like, what is a menstrual cycle is what 30 days or something like that. So go, wait 30 days or something before you go again or something. I'm not sure. I have no idea.
yeah. I knew that's what's on your mind. I knew it was something like that. That's why I wanted you to say it.
I was trying to
But
get
nah,
a little
man.
PG for a second, you know.
Nah, so Mr. Go, so Coach 30 comes from Mr. Go 30. And Mr. Go 30 was a name that I adopted in high school in my senior year of high school. Was it senior or junior? I think it was junior year. Junior year, my bad. So there was this statement that we would say out here in Maryland, go 30. That means, you gotta, something happens, you get into an argument with somebody. It's not a real fight, but hey, y'all go ahead and squabble for 30 seconds and then just leave it alone. Gotta squash it. So now when I heard this term for the first time, I'm like, yes. I just thought it was kind of dumb to do. It didn't make sense. So for me, the way I am, I'm a jokester. I start amping it. So anytime, anybody does anything, somebody, any wrongs anybody in any type of way, somebody cuts in line in front of somebody, I'm like, oh nah, hey, y'all gotta go 30. Nah, you can't go. I'm amping. I'm like, oh nah, y'all gotta go 30 right now. Y'all gotta settle this. You know what I'm saying? So I became, people started to know me for that. And then, I was choosing my Twitter name, and then my friend said, hey, you should make that your name, Mr. Go 30. And I was like, all right. And I just did it back then and never changed it, and used it for everything. And it was just so consistent that, it stuck. People started calling me Mr. Go 30 or 30 for short when I was in college. And that's just how it went.
Dang, that's crazy, man. The thing that's crazy, I'm from Maryland. I've never heard that before. So what part of Maryland are you from?
For real?
Yeah, I never heard that.
Laurel, but I went to Laurel High School, and that's PG County.
Howard
Laurel
County.
split up into 3 different.
Right.
Exactly. So Laurel split up into like 3 different counties, but Laurel High School and where I lived was PG County. We were in the PG, school district or whatever, conference, whatever you want to call it. So that's it.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's what they were saying.
Man, so I was completely off. I was really sitting here, be honest with you, the number one thing I was thinking is like the fly route. I'm thinking like, hey, this guy's just all about football. Probably that's what it really is. So I mean,
It would have been like 60 or like 80 or 99. Like, 30 ain't nothing. Like,
I mean,
30 yards.
30 is huge, man. I mean, the red zone's only 20 yards. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like 30 ain't nothing like that. You wouldn't even run a fly route. Maybe a post or fade.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense, man. So let me ask you this though: when did you realize you were actually funny?
Damn. I knew that back since I began school. I've always been the class clown. I cut that off a little bit. I cut that off in college because I felt like it was no space for that in college. Like, it was college. People there for for business and stuff. So I didn't do none of that in college. But like all throughout school, man, I was the class clown.
I was also there. I was also in college for hoes, man. It's not just business. you go to college for straight
You can't
business.
forget that. You can't forget that. Hey, I think that's every guy. I think that's the peak for everybody, man. Got to be college. As far as what I'm saying, the hoes. That's you right there. Like everybody's in close proximity.
Hey, and the legs are just being thrown left and right, man. And speaking on legs, listen. Now that you have gotten this huge following, right? And I know you're saying you haven't changed and stuff, right? But let's see what happens maybe when you hit a million on TikTok or something like that. I might hit you up and you might stop returning my calls and stuff. Who knows? You feel me? Be like, you're big time, you're Hollywood and stuff. But now that you have gotten this big, has the girls been flocking? Has the DMs been going crazy? Because I'm going to tell you this. When I started getting some following, when I hit up to 50K, when I hit up to 10K on Instagram, I started deleting numbers. I started saying like, hey, you're not on the same level of me at this point. So then when I got to 50K, I was watching the Weather Channel every single day. At this point, I'm like, it gotta be raining pussy. 50K, it gotta be raining pussy at this point, son. Like, come on. You feel me? So I mean, granted, I don't be getting a lot of DMs. I get enough. I get some from time to time. So sometimes a girl might slide in my DMs and say like, "Oh, you should take me out and stuff." And I drop it off because at the same time I'm looking at it like this girl's treating me like I'm at 10K. At 50K, I shouldn't have to take you out. You should just come to the crib and just do Netflix. So at 10K I could take you out. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Right.
I'm just saying, do you have anything out there with the ladies?
Nah, so for me, if you're in my video, all right, somebody's gonna hit you in your DMs. You're gonna get some ladies hit you in your DMs, but they don't hit me. They hit all my friends. So
Oh, for real?
that's my that's my story. When I put people in my video, that's who they hit up.
Wow. So
They
you
get
like the
the clout.
super?
So I'm just happy somebody, you know what I'm saying? Happy somebody's getting the love. That's it, man. I'm happy.
You straight. You the point guard assist, man. That's the most super assist I've ever seen in my life. You're the guarantee. You should have a plaque wingman. Son. You're telling me you ain't got no holes in your joint.
Nah, man, none.
Man, you was a good liar, though, son. I appreciate that. Son. I appreciate that, son. I get it. So that means there must be a girl. There must be a girl that you bang with, son. And listen, I looked and I saw your TikTok, man, and I seen that you are following one person on your TikTok, and it is a female. And when I seen the female, I was like, wow, this is pristine female right here, son. This is a beautiful looking lady. You feel me? Right. So I gotta know, are you simping? Or is this something that possibly might be in the back, keeping on the hush hush?
I am simping. If you want to, if you want to call it that. Nah, man. I just really enjoy her content. You feel me? It's more than anybody else's, and so I just follow one person at a time. So I just really enjoy her content, and so that's why I follow her. You should follow her too, bro. It's great content. Feel me? Workout videos, workout ideas. You know what I mean? It's real good stuff.
What's different from her than any other joint that be working out, and you only following her? Like I'm expecting, like, listen, you saying workout stuff and all that stuff. I'm thinking like, is she a world class Olympian? Like she just being that joint off the Johnny Bravo or something like that. I'm trying to figure out what makes her different from the other joints.
No, I mean, I follow one person at a time, and so it's her turn right now. I just like her content. Like I said, hey, it might be he rants. In a month, it might be.
Oh, wait, so you follow a different person every month?
Nah, I thought it wasn't her for a while. It's been her for what? I don't know, 3 months or so, 4 months.
I'm mad that you said 3 or 4 months like it's nothing. Like it's just sometimes I switch from time to time.
Months. I think before her, it was somebody else for 3 or 4 months. So
was that also a female?
No.
Well, who's the other person?
It was a group page. It was a group page.
Okay, what made you ditch that group page and get this? Like, just get one person?
I saw the videos. The workouts were mean, and I was like, yeah. I really can get stuff from this page. It's really good info, really good content. And so I made the switch, and so here we are now.
If you look at my explore page and you see the amount of booty on there, I be saying the same thing. I be like, man, I can get some really good stuff from these girls' contents right now. I'll tell you that. So I definitely feel you. I definitely feel you though, man. I definitely do.
Hey, who's your favorite follow? As far as the workouts.
As far as the workouts.
Mm-hmm.
There's this joint called.
Let me get my pen and paper.
As far as the workouts on Instagram, it gotta be this joint called Edwina or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though. But I'm telling you, you know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know her name.
I was gonna write it down.
I don't know exactly. I think she's African. I'm not sure.
Yeah, South African maybe.
I'm not sure, but the glutes.
The glutes. Woo, all natural.
A horse will be jealous. I'm telling you.
And me, man, I'm all about the all natural, man.
Yeah.
I told you this.
Hey, man, the natural booty is the booty for the stars, bro. That's how I feel like we've gone to a place now, man, that fake booties are running rampant, right? And some of them are
ain't the same.
Hey, it's not the same. It's not the same. It don't feel the same. Don't get me wrong. There's a few of these joints out here that are really finessing the game and finding the right butt to thigh ratio. You know what I'm saying? They just find that perfect cusp that they just feel like, all right, now we can finesse them. There's something like Bernice Burgos. I didn't know she had surgery. I'm an idiot for not knowing that. Cause I just thought that she was just really working out and then her body, because the butt to thigh ratio was efficient. You feel me?
The ratio would trick you. The ratio would trick you, but that just means, you feel me, you just young in the booty game. Because if you experience, you understand it's the texture. So you know what I'm saying.
That's right.
When you sometimes you can't see it from the if you're just looking through a screen, but if you're looking through a screen, what you want to do is you want to look at the motion. If it's ever in motion, if you see a motion picture, right, you want to look at the motion. And it's gonna move different if it's natural. It's a lot more movement. When it's fake, it kind of moves as one. It's not the same.
Exactly.
So that's just something to pay attention to. I've been
right.
doing this a long time.
Hey, listen, I'm taking notes. These are mental notes going in, because I know another individual who's also calls himself a booty connoisseur. He also tells me, like, sometimes you can see little dimples, right, in the real ones. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes that's a tall tale sign that it possibly might be a real booty. And most of the time, sometimes you will see a girl with like bruises on her butt that look like she just came from a boxing match, and somebody was just beanbagging her joint, right? Also another telltale sign that, the booty's not legit though. But I'm saying now that let's focus on the fact that you keep growing and stuff, right? Like, you surpassed me. Like, I started following you on Instagram. I think I slid in your DMs, right? And no homo though. That sounded like
like,
you know what I'm saying? I slid in your DMs. I think you were like 14K or something like that, right? And I just really seen the potential. Yeah. I was like, yo, dude, you're definitely going to grow. So, but I wanted to ask you, why did it take you to this point? Because you graduated college and everything, right? What made you feel like now is the time that I'm really going to focus on social media and really try to push myself in all these platforms?
It just happened so organically. Everything, even now, still, I don't know what I'm doing. I just trust God and let everything work out and take things one step at a time. But to answer the question, my friend and I, we thought it'd be a good idea, to make videos. My friend Justin, you can follow him on Instagram, Justin Time. But we decided that, we were just thinking about it'd be fun to, make some funny videos. We just clowns, joke around all the time, and he's in videography. So we did one, and I just really just enjoyed doing it. You know what I mean? I just felt so. I felt like when I was doing it, I just had so much energy. Like, I almost felt like I didn't have to eat. I didn't get tired. Like, right. So I was like, wow, this is a passion. There's something here.
Right.
And so from that point on, that was at the top of this year. That point on, I was just, just making videos, some with a group, my group of friends. And then later on, I just started doing stuff by myself. And, I was doing different things. And then, I started doing the coach stuff. And that just popped off. It blew up, and I just kept rolling with it.
Right. Let me ask you this. Now that you have put in full time into your craft, have you stopped like a 9-to-5 job, or are you still working? Because I know you're doing good. Your merch, everything is selling. You're getting the views and everything. I'm pretty sure you're getting some revenue coming in from TikTok and all that stuff. Have you made enough now that you're just like, I'm going to quit my job and just focus 100% on this and growing the brand, or what's the move?
Yeah, so I quit my job. So I didn't quit. So I was doing Amazon.
I ain't never had a job, to be honest with you.
Amazon Flex.
Uh-huh.
I was doing Amazon Flex and that was part of my plan, because once I started to make videos, I decided that this is what I wanted to do. So to do that, I wanted to do something that just could take some pressure off of me as far as while I'm working. I wanted to do something that wouldn't take too much of my mental capacity to accomplish as far as a job, so that I can put my energy and my mental into this. And so that's what I was doing, Amazon Flex. And so once, money started coming in, you don't make too much from Amazon Flex. So money started coming in, I was able to just, get rid of that. And, it's just been up from there.
Oh, okay, all right, cool, man. Hey, that's smooth. It gives you so much time to be on your stuff. You don't have to worry about all the extra. So let me ask you this though. We understand where the Mr. Go 30 came from, right? But Coach 30, the character, is he represent? Does understand? There's a lot of football coaches that sound similar like him, but does he
Yeah.
is was he created from somebody in particular that you had in your life, or is it somebody that you've seen on TV or anything like that? Or
Yeah, so he was inspired by a coach that I had, who I won't name him or the school, but I'll just say a coach that I
Laura
had.
High School,
And huh?
you went to Laura High School. I mean, unless
I did.
you talk about college and stuff like that. I mean, all I gotta do is go back a few years and see how many.
Just go, yeah, go back. But yeah, it was agreement between me and him. I'll say that. So to not disclose that
Okay.
after everything started to blow up.
Okay.
So I'll respect that. And but yeah, so it was that. But what I didn't understand, I had no clue that so many people would be able to relate to that. So many football players or athletes would be able to relate. It was just my experience, and I was just bringing the humor out, of my experience, things that I saw, not just from him as far as just the character, but the things that I do, things that I say is also, it comes from my whole experience playing football and all the coaches that I've come into contact with. So it's developed from all of them, but I think the main person was a coach that I had.
Oh, I thought I was waiting right there. I thought you were about to slip up and say his name. It looked like you were about to slip up and say his name right there, man. But he supports you through all this and just like, yo, keep pushing, keep going ahead.
Yeah, people go to him and because if you've had him as a coach, then then that's all I can say. Right. So like they can tell just from my cadence and everything, like, okay, that's him. And so they'll send him the videos, or his players will come up to him with the videos, and that's every coach. All coaches' players right now are going up to them with the videos, but
Right.
he watches them, and he just we had a handshake, we shook hands, and he was just like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I'm happy, you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself.
That's smooth. That's smooth. So that leads me to the next question. So you're clearly an athlete, or you used to be an athlete. You used to play football at least.
Used to be.
Well,
Not really an athlete anymore.
All right. So, so what does the phrase "not really an athlete" represent to you?
What it represent? I mean, now I don't know what it's turned into, but it's like it was just one of the phrases that I would hear. Like, this is real stuff. And people who play football, they always tell you, they'll comment, or they'll tweet, reply, comment, on my post, and be like, this is real. Like, this is what we went through. Like, those phrases are really what you hear in a film room. So whether you're D1, D2, D3, I don't even know, maybe even on the NFL level, you'll have coaches talking to these like 1% of the world as far as athletics is concerned, and they'll tell them, yeah, you're just not really an athlete. You just because on film they did something. Right. So that's what I put into my videos, and people just started to, one of the phrases that just started to people just enjoyed. I don't know. Like I said, everything happened just so organically. So that was one of the phrases,
Fast, man.
And so I just left it in there.
Hey, Grace. Hey, I forgot to ask you too. With your coach, with your ex-coach, right? Did he ever make any mama jokes at the end of film sessions?
Nah, never a mama joke. It was always that's a exaggeration on my part. Although a lot of people have said, players have said, yeah, I've heard that from coaches, especially like at HBCUs. But I've heard some wild stuff in a film room.
Right.
I don't cuss in my videos. But understand, the film room, they don't care. It's the B word. It's everywhere. It's the P word. Every single word you could think of, man. They throwing them at you. So.
Right. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, football is meant for gladiators, man. It's men of men. It's not a place to be soft, honestly. It really isn't a place.
That's why I say. That's what I say. Like, I can't. It's not to change that atmosphere. You know, it's for jokes. You'll have some people like saying like, let's talk about how toxic football or whatever or coaches are, and it's like it's not about that for real because I can't. If you have that responsibility of leading a group of men to go and enforce their will on another group of men, you kind of got to do what you got to do, and that's no place for to be politically correct.
Right.
You just got to do
There's
like
no place to be soft.
you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. You got to be strong going out there. You can't be like, hey, listen, you guys try your best. All right, those guys are pretty decent guys. You better show them you're good at this. Like it doesn't work that way. So I want to ask you, now that you've gotten bigger, have you ever had any problems with PC culture? Right, I know that you just mentioned the whole fact about the toxicity that comes in the NFL or college or even any football locker room. The way that coaches speak, because I've had coaches call me pussy and all that stuff, and you're soft and all that, insult you just to get you motivated and everything, right? But a lot of people see that as, listen, like they shouldn't say that to you. It should be peaches and daisies and everything, right?
Right.
Anybody ever attacked you, especially on Twitter, because that's where that's when the miles really be going out. Has anybody ever come to you with that?
It's so few. I'm not gonna lie. It's so few that it's not. I don't consider it hate because with so many, with the numbers that a lot of my videos tend to get, like for so few, as far as hate messages or whatever you would call it that I get, it's almost it'll just be ungrateful to even acknowledge. But yes, I've had a coach when I first started on Twitter, first started gaining traction on Twitter. Like a coach was like, coaches should not retweet this. It's extremely unprofessional. And then I've had that. What else?
Are you serious? He can't.
But the most. That's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, what was his coaching record? What was his coaching record? I would have looked up his coaching record and be like, yo, I would have tweeted back like, yo, is this you? Like, nah, bro. What?
I don't tweet back because once he put that. You got people that follow me and people that enjoy the content. They're gonna go in and be like, and they're gonna do that for me.
Right.
So which I appreciate. I don't ask them to, but they go ahead and they do that.
You don't ask them, but you ain't gonna stop them either. Hey guys, leave them alone. These. hey, you stepped in here with the wolves. Go ahead, man.
Hey, you did it. You know what I'm saying? Not me. So I let them do that. So, but yeah, as far as hate, the thing is like I'm playing a role. So you're talking to me right now, like that's not how I talk. That's not how I talk to people. Obviously, I'm playing a role of a coach, and so those things that I say, those sexist things, those disparaging remarks, I'm playing a coach. So it's the way I compare it to is, I say like Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in Django Unchained. He was a slave master. I don't know if he said the N-word in that movie. I'm pretty sure he did, if it was accurate at all. So I'm saying, so if he did, I don't know. I don't remember. I watched the movie. I don't remember if he had, but I figure he had to.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did in that role, he's playing the role of a slave master.
Right.
What else? A slave owner. What else would you expect him to do? That's the role. So I'm not gonna say Leonardo DiCaprio is this. He's playing a role.
All right. Hey, listen, man. Hey, I understand you. And I agree with you 100%, man. But you have to understand, like, you've seen my content sometimes, man. I kinda,
you're worse than me.
Yeah, a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. I'm everything. Every name you can think of. Misogynistic, homophobic, bigot. I'm everything. And I embrace it. I need to make a shirt with that. Like, I'm everything that you can name.
Do people come at you crazy?
Oh, yeah, all the time. All the time. I just laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. It's like, listen, this is... I'm not fully like the way I am. Like a lot of the stuff I say, right? Because the people like listen to the stuff I say, and he's like, "Yo, this is how this guy really is." And it's actually how I really am, though, son. But I still want to put.
You do it too well. You do it way too well.
Yeah, exactly. So people can tell, like, okay, this guy's really misogynistic, homophobic, bigot, all that stuff. Like that's crazy and racist. I forgot to mention racism, all that. You feel me? So it's like, yo, he has to be that thing. But listen, you have to embrace it because at the end of the day, words are words. They don't hurt. Like they really don't really hurt you. Just grow some thick skin. Just take it. I can have a white dude come up here and call me the N-word, and I'll just be like, hey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're lucky you caught me by myself or something like that. Because if it was a group of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but it is what it is, man. I just have like thick skin. I don't really care about a lot of stuff, and I just wish a lot more people would just enjoy the art of comedy, man. Just enjoy the art of comedy, man. It's entertaining to see things like this, and we can just laugh about it, knowing that we're not really taking it serious. But for some reason, there's always those individuals that always say this, that, oh, well, if you say this, that means we're making light of this. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, with you being the coach, oh, you're making light of coaches insulting the players, making fun of the players, making light of injuries, all that stuff, right? Making jokes at their expense. But I just feel like we need to get away from that. We got to get back to, like, I don't know, 2010, 2011, when jokes was actually jokes and people weren't like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. You feel me? But it is what it is when it comes to.
You can't destroy that art form like that. I hate when I see comedians, especially on stage, when a comedian is getting bad press for something said on stage while performing comedy. That doesn't make any sense. Exactly. It just doesn't.
Look what they're doing to Dave Chappelle right now, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Steve Harvey said he can't even do stand-up anymore because he said the way cancel culture is. That's a lie, though, because he's not funny anymore. So, I mean, he couldn't do stand-up anyways anymore. You feel me? But you
don't think Steve can come back, man? You don't think Steve could come back?
What is he going to say? Like, he all like, I don't know, man. Steve Harvey, I mean, he had one stand-up. I died laughing. I was just like, wow, this is really funny. This is Steve Harvey? Like, I had to check. I'm like, that is Steve Harvey? You know what I'm saying? But
I've liked all his specials.
Oh, for real? I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like he's gotten a little softer himself, man. I feel like he wouldn't, if he had a special right now, he wouldn't come in raw like I'd want him to. You feel me?
He probably wouldn't. I mean, he's out of his prime. He's been removed. I'd watch it. I feel like I'd enjoy it a little bit. You feel me? Cedric the Entertainer had one probably not too long ago. It was cool.
Oh, for real? Is that on Netflix or something?
It was on. That's where I saw it. It was on Netflix. When I say not too long ago, maybe I'm thinking like 2 or 3 years back. So don't.
Hey, listen, all I gotta do is
don't listen to me.
Cedric on Netflix, and I can check it out. You know what I'm saying? See,
Cedric, it might be still on there.
Yeah, it might be. If it's not, that means it wasn't that good then. So. Because if it was good, they would leave it, let it keep running.
I enjoyed it.
You feel me? Yeah, man. And what they doing to Dave Chappelle, man, is crazy to me though, man. It's like he's one of my favorite comedians. If not, I feel like he is my favorite comedian.
And he's my favorite. I think he's number one.
Yeah, and they're just coming out here attacking him, man. If I was the way he's moving, I feel like I'd move the same exact way. Like, yo, I just got millions and millions of dollars. When you get a certain amount of money, it doesn't even matter anymore. You can just go around and start slapping babies. Like I said, like, I don't think...
Don't matter.
That's why I'm impressed about you. Because, listen, if I was your level right now, bro, like, really, I'd be going out, man, and just, hey, you, pennies, here. Oh, okay. Look, I'm just expecting that.
You think that'll work?
Hey, listen.
Should I try it?
I think you should.
I haven't tried it.
Hey, listen. I think you should. I really think you should. But based on what you said that you're the king wingman,
yeah,
I think I should be there when you do it. Because if you ask for the panties, she's probably gonna give it to me.
Yeah, she gonna throw them at you.
Exactly. Just like, hey, yo, king wingman right here. Boom, boom, boom. Like, oh my God, that. You know, it's cool. But I'll do it in your honor. You know,
all right, we can link. All right, we can link and try it out, man. See,
definitely, man, definitely. We both from Maryland too, so I mean, it makes it even easier. It makes it even easier. So
problem.
When you're going out here, right? When you're going out here to the field, out there to the public, do you ever get berated by people coming up with you and saying like, "Oh, you're not an athlete," blah blah blah, and just saying the phrases and all that stuff, talking about your mama and stuff? You probably don't like that part, but do anybody ever come up and, you know, act like groupies?
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it that. I ain't gonna say act like groupies, but I mean, you know, people stop me and they ask for pictures, and they say the phrases. They're like, "Oh man, it's so funny. I love it." You know, I appreciate those people that come up. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to take the pic. You know, I feel like the 2 places I was at where I got the most love was when I went to Clemson. I visited Clemson, and when I went to the
Clemson videos, right? Wasn't that the
No. I was doing the Clemson videos before I ever went to Clemson. I ever visited Clemson.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying like the ones that went off. Everything was like Clemson and Texas. Those are the 2 schools that you was going crazy with, and then
because Clemson, I'm a Clemson fan, so I already had their gear. So that was the thing. So that's what all the videos was that. And then somebody who went to University of Texas, they owned a business and they were collabing with me. And so when they sent me the product, they also sent me a bunch of UT gear. So I'm like, okay, I got UT gear. Why not do some UT videos in this gear too? And then it steamrolled from there, where people were asking me to do different clips, and so I was like, all right, if I want to do the clip, I want to have the gear on. So I just started to buy gear. People sent me stuff sometimes. I had a coach sent me gear one time. But what was the point I was making before I went there? I was talking about the Loves. Yeah, so Clemson, and when I went to the national coaches convention out in San Antonio just recently, that was big. Like everybody was like just surrounding me, taking pictures, saying the phrases. People FaceTiming their homies. And these are coaches too, like FaceTiming their coaches that didn't make it. Like, oh, he's here. Like, so.
Oh wow, man! Hey, that's some good stuff right there, man. That's some good stuff. Now I was really hoping you were gonna.
I'm trying to get like you. You feel me? And have the ladies come up. You know what I'm saying?
Me and you
I bet the ladies just be, you know what I'm saying, just throwing them at you, right?
Hey, I have to sweep them away with a broom sometimes. You feel me?
Yeah.
I got to sweep them away with a broom for I have a few people that come up and say like what's up and all that stuff, but they never really want to like take pictures though. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, you're big time, bro. They might say a joke for one of my videos or something like that, and it's like, oh, you're he rants and stuff, but they'll never be like you got coaches out here like, oh my God, he's freaking here. You feel me? And I don't think but the only thing is though that you don't have groupies though. So I mean, at the end of the day, by you not having groupies, it's not, you need groupies. Everybody who makes it to a certain level, you have your supporters, then you have the groupies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey. Yeah, I gotta get there. I think it's coming soon, man.
Yes.
I think it's
definitely.
Yeah,
I think
we'll get there.
February 15th. February 15th. I'm speaking into existence right now. I think you're gonna get a lot. February 15th. February 13th. The day before Valentine's Day. For real. You should mark down your calendar. You feel me? There's gonna be a lot of ladies that are very desperate, and then Coach 30 is out there spreading the joy. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey,
I like that.
Hey, definitely. Definitely. You should put a pamphlet out. Hey, listen, ladies, if it's coming down to the wire, what are we gonna do?
Hey, I'm gonna need you. See, I gotta ask you for the advice. See, because you seem to be on point with the. You feel me? That's why I said that you be getting all the groupies, because you know exactly what to do. You know exactly when it's gonna happen. You feel me? I gotta keep hitting your phone and getting the tips.
Oh, definitely. Until you become too big, son, and you just start ignoring my calls and stuff. You feel me? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
That ain't gonna happen, dog. That ain't gonna happen.
You already pretty much answered my next question. I was about to ask you, because the way you're dropping these videos, even though I saw you just drop the video, Alabama and freaking Georgia and everything, right? I was like, damn, you dropped it the next day like that. I'm like, you already had the merch and everything. I was like, dude, you are like killing the game. So at this point, I thought you had a press machine in your house, and then you just already had like a different color shirts, and you're already boom, 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 getting it ready. But how did you get the Alabama gear, or unless you already had that ready on standby for the game?
Like, I don't get, like, the people said, I heard that before. Like, somebody said, I thought that I had a press machine, a printing press in my house. Like,
because you dropped it the next day. Like, crazy. The game would be Saturday. The next day you had the video up. Like, bro, you next to a sporting goods store. Like,
nah. So I mean, so for that video, I just already had the gear. So I had Alabama gear because I had done an Alabama video before. And then I had Georgia gear because I did a Georgia video before. But I did for Alabama. I got some new gear for Alabama just because, feel me, it's the national championship game, and I felt like my Alabama gear wasn't up to par. So I did get, my nice Nike Alabama gear. But what I do is, for every video, what I'll do is I'll order the merch like next day air or something.
Oh, wow, you got money, bro.
But the most, nah, man, that's why I don't have money. It all goes to that. But yeah. So or I'll go to the mall and like I got a couple sporting goods stores around here. I'll go there. Columbia Mall. You from Maryland, so I can tell you. Columbia Mall. They got a nice sporting store in there with a bunch of apparel. Or I go to like a Rundle, and they got lids. It's sporting. It's stuff. You just gotta put in the work. You'll get it. So it's one of the two. So it's either that I'll go out and get it. But a lot of times, if a team is in Cali, they're not gonna have their stuff here for the most part. Maybe the NFL stuff with the college. It depends. So that I have to order it. So that's how it goes. And sometimes I'll make a prediction. So if Alabama's playing somebody and I'm like, all right, Alabama's gonna win that game and they're probably gonna destroy them, I'm gonna order this stuff now and make sure it's here and I can drop the video immediately. So sometimes I just make predictions.
Did you know Georgia was gonna win?
Did I know Georgia was gonna? No, I picked Alabama. That was
for real?
I picked Alabama to win. I actually had to run hills. I was on live running hills because that was the bet I made with Justin.
I'm tripping.
Alabama.
I swear that I saw you put up a story before the game saying like if you don't got your money on Georgia or something like that, then you're losing or something.
No, so what I did was I made two of those. I made two of those because where I was at the convention, it was like the shut helmets. It was their whatever exhibit, and so I put on. They had both of the helmets, so I just put on one, and then I put on the other, and I made two videos.
Oh, you smart! Hey, you played it smart. Hey, so you ready? Hey, so you played it smart. I was like, damn, he called that jump perfect. Now you talk about Alabama. I'm like, yo, what is he talking about, son?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. Hey, it was a decent game, man. It's sad that pick six. That pick six was demoralizing. When I seen it happen, I was like, man, he's really about to rub it in. He's really about to take it back, man. That's crazy.
And what happened was, the game was I forgot what point. It was the fourth quarter, probably 8 minutes left, and it was still like a one-score game.
Right.
And so like I'm like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? We still in it. By the time we start, because we had to go back to the hotel because my boys had to do some editing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm thinking I'm in good shape. By the time we on our way to the hotel, by the time we get to the hotel, we look at the score. It's like 30. It said 32 to something. I'm like, what? And so it was some high score. They had got up by 2 scores.
Yeah, it was close at the end, 2
scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, and so I went ahead and ran my hills and got it over with.
Sheesh.
And that was a steep hill. It was a steep hill too. It was a very steep hill.
Hey, at least you did it, man. Because hey, I probably would have been one of those guys, but I ain't doing it for real, son. I'm like, I ain't doing it for real. I respect that though. I definitely do respect that. Unless you're lying, saying that you did it. And Justin's probably on the other side, like, girl, what the hell? This nigga's lying like hell.
You never know, man. You got to hit up Justin and get the truth, man.
Hey, so now I go through your comments on a daily basis, and I always see blue check marks, man. Blue check marks all over the place. Have you ever
go through my comments on a daily basis?
Say that again?
You go through my comments on a daily basis?
Hey. Hey, look, listen,
why are you doing
that? Listen, I'm trying to make it sound good. I go through the comments from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
sometimes
that sounds more normal.
What do people say? Nah, you're not gonna do that, bro. You're not gonna make me seem like I'm crazy right now, Sam. But I see a lot of blue check marks over there, man. I see a lot of blue check marks. Former players, current players, all that. Have you ever had any interaction with these players in real life? Or have you ran into any player that you actually made fun of in a video in your character?
I've never ran into them like physically in person. Mm-hmm. We communicate through DMs and stuff like that. So I talk to these players, sometimes players that are in the video that I've talked about. Well, I'm not talking about the player, and that's another thing with my content that people mix up. Like, there's a reason why, like, there's characters. There's Dave, there's Charles, E. There's all these characters. Like, though that it's a skit and it's a alternate universe in which these are my players. We're the team that played, and I'm just using the film for the skit. Right. So it really has nothing to do with the player, but because it's it's a real footage and it's a recent game that just got played. People make that connection, but it's never about that. But that aside, everybody's just a great sport about it. Like, nobody, a great example was I forgot his name, but
damn, that irrelevant, man.
Forgot who he plays. He plays for Utah. University of Utah, and they lost. I think it was forgot who was it, the Rose Bowl? I don't know if you know, but I think it was the Rose Bowl. I think they lost the Rose Bowl. And I made the video. I mean, and every play was like about this player. Come to find out, every play featured this player, like the play that I showed. Come to find out, this was actually like a star running back who they had to make play defense because they were short players. So he got he played well, but there was some plays in there that he got cooked that ended up on my film session. But man, he was just a great sport about it. On Twitter he just laughed at it. I was at the coaching convention, and I think one of his coach that would go to his school, they FaceTimed him, and me and him talked and everything. So everybody's just it's a good sport about it. So it's cool.
I respect that, man. I really do respect that at the end of the day. And this is what I was saying about earlier. Like, people, especially when it comes to football, you have to have thick skin. You feel me? You have to have real thick skin. These are gladiators who are out here going to war every single time we hit the field, right? So if you can't take criticism or a few jokes, it's really just jokes at the end of the day, then I feel like, hey, maybe this might not be the sport for you, honestly, right?
Especially on that level, right? Because if it's not me, look, what I do is just, I mean, it's popular, but it's not worse than what anybody else would say. If you go on Twitter and after somebody has a bad play or bad game, you see all type of tweets.
Right.
Kill that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
all type of, he's soft. They call him all type of names straight up. Him talking to him. So it's like, I know those guys understand thick skin. Their games are on national TV.
Right.
If you're playing D1 college football, NFL, a lot of the sports that I do, you gotta have thick skin. Everybody's talking about you, so you're not gonna see me. I guess you maybe get mad that maybe because it's viral, but I mean, whatever. Hey. But nobody has, so okay, it's all good.
Hey, because they're able to take jokes. Man, let me ask you this: for the characters that you have in this alternate reality, right? Are they representative of anybody in your life? Also, like even E, does it stand for anything? You just call him E, just to call him E.
So, like, what's funny, like, I feel like all of them was, like, on the spot. Like, I came up with their names on the spot. But, do they represent anybody? Not necessarily. They don't represent a specific, like, player that was in my past or history. But I feel like people have guys like that in their locker room. And I think I did, too. You have your E, the superstar who, the coach never has a bad word for. The coach is always going to suck him. That's just how it works. He's he's the greatest thing alive, and he usually that's the guy that is making plays out there. He is doing what he needs to do on the field. So he's on top of the world. And then you got your guys that just can't get right. They always the coach is always correcting the same thing. They're always getting on them. Sometimes they wish they could take that person out, but the person behind them just as bad. So they don't, but they just getting on them every week. That's probably Davis. You got your guys just happy to be there. Charles. Got your nerds, whatever. You know what I mean, on the team as well. And that's your Charles. So yeah, I think everybody kind of has those people in their football, film rooms or football team. So just something people could relate to.
Let me ask you this: when you were playing football in high school, what position do you play?
Played wide receiver and DB.
Oh, were you good?
Yes, I would say that. I mean, it's all relative, but yeah.
Hey, you should have just been like good, but like yeah, and then just stop right there and just pause and just wait to see what I say.
It's all relative. It's all relative. So you don't know, but yeah, I was good. I think relatively on every team I played,
you were considered good.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. So I know you watch football. What's your favorite college football team?
Clemson Tigers.
Clemson Tigers. Yeah, you did say that, man. And if you have a backup team?
University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Oh, nice. Why them?
Because I used to live in Charlotte when I was young. So that's why I'm a Panther fan. I actually have their gear. I should have their gear on right now. I'm a Panther fan.
Please don't.
I'm not gonna strip. I'm not gonna strip.
No. Please don't show us the Panthers gear. Oh God.
Feel me?
Don't show us the Panthers gear, bro.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm a Panthers fan.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Hornets fan, and like I'm more of a casual college football fan. Like I'm not a crazy college football fan. So it's like that's why I have a backup team. I really just like the teams in North Carolina, and Clemson being at orange is my favorite color. Like Clemson was the one that I liked the most. So
no, that makes
that
sense.
was it.
That makes sense. Are you a DeAndre Hopkins fan?
Oh yeah, he's great. One of the probably top 3 wide receivers in the league.
So let me ask you about the Panthers, bro. The Panthers. Do y'all feel like Cam Newton, he still got juice in there? He should be able to stay with the Panthers? Are we moving forward with him, or what's the word? Or are you thinking Sam Darnold should come here and take the reins?
So I'm hearing. Well, I'm hearing in a press conference, Cam said he didn't want to come back to 5-12, essentially. So
he making it seem like it's his choice or something. Like I'm like he's one of those things.
Cam's one of my favorite players. I think he just got to hang it up so that his legacy can stay intact as much as possible.
Yeah, he's a former MVP and everything, man. Yeah, but he's definitely trying to hit one of those, hey, I didn't get fired, I quit type situations. You feel me?
Yeah, do something. You feel me? Like I dumped you ain't dumped me.
Right.
Something like that. Because that he just has to do that. He's too great, I feel like, to just stay out here and what I'm saying.
Yeah. That press conference sounded defeated.
What came to my mind to say was go out like Ali, but because like the last vision we seen of well, not me, but everybody saw of Ali. But yeah, so I just think that so I feel like he should hang it up. I don't think he will move forward with him. I have a good idea we're not going to move forward with him. We should have a top 10 pick. See if we can get one of these quarterbacks coming out. I saw them projecting a nice dual threat quarterback to us, so we'll see what happens. But that's what we need to work on. We need to get that franchise quarterback before.
Right, definitely. So you don't think Sam Darnold is either the guy either? You don't feel like you need some time to develop into the system?
He fooled me.
Hey, the first few games. I'm like, damn.
He had all of us. You got us all, man. And then he went back to yeah.
So it's basically
that's what it is, man. That's a life lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? People will show you who they are, man. Just give them some time. That's it.
Hey, listen, I'm just waiting for you, man. I'm just waiting for you because, like I said, you're just coming off as a really cool, chill guy. I'm just like, there's no way.
I'm not a cool guy, man. I'm not a cool, chill guy, man. I'm a villain. I want to claim that because, I feel like a guy like you, you can't be canceled because that's why I enjoy, about you and guys like you. At a certain time, I thought that EDP. If you know who that is. Yeah,
I just found out about him like 2 or 3 months ago, man. That guy's out here going after young kids.
Funny thing was like that he was one of I got on the EDP like early, like what I'm saying, his content. And the thing was he was just one of those guys that said whatever the hell he wanted to, and he was just a wild dude. Like I can't believe you would say that on camera. He was or do that on camera. He was just wild, and it was entertaining. You could always kind of tell that there was probably something
off with him.
Maybe it was something off with him, right? So who knew? But then when that came out, it's like, oh, nah, you're done. So that can cancel you, but like somebody, whoever. But the things that you can't say anything to cancel you, like a Joey Diaz, he can't say anything that's gonna get him canceled. He's always been that guy. You know what I mean? Who else? Long Beach Griffey.
Oh man, he's great, man.
Trey Rags.
Right.
I like that. I wish I was, I wish I was in that mode. Even though I got to be me, you know what I mean. And so if that comes off, the point that I'm getting at is like I feel like it's so much easier to cancel you when you're that nice guy. Because when one slip up,
right,
and then they're like, oh, it was all frio, da da da.
He showed his true colors. You see how he went at Kevin Hart.
Exactly. So you can be the same guy for this long,
right?
And you can walk the straight and narrow for that long,
right?
One slip, get him out of here. And so I want to kind of, I wish I was, what I'm saying.
I feel like Ray Rice is sitting somewhere probably just like, that's exactly what I'm saying, man. I've been cool this whole time. I hit a girl one time in the elevator, and now all of a sudden I'm public enemy number one. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, can't hit people and drag them out the elevator no more nowadays.
Not that extreme. You funny, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. Hey, listen, speaking of that Ray Rice situation, when I seen it, I was like, golly, he really slugged her.
I don't know how like you can do that to a woman, man.
Easy, just cock your hand
Like
back.
somebody that's that's crazy. That's crazy, man. And it was a recent one. Forgot the guy's name. That was just like body slamming Charlie all around the house.
Zach Stacy.
It was crazy to watch.
Zach Stacy.
Yeah.
Right? Something about running backs, bro. Something about running backs. I don't know.
all them hits, bro.
Yeah,
all that trauma to the head, man. They ain't all the way there.
Oh man, the thing that gets me scared is because they so strong too. I'm just like, damn, so you doing this on a female? I'm like, my goodness, like, hey. And then
crazy.
some people will always say stuff like, hey, just if you think you're big and bad because you're doing that to a female and stuff like that, why don't you do that to a man? And sometimes I just be like, I don't know, bro. I feel like if he don't care, I think he can beat up a man too, for real. So I think
he'll do it to you too. I don't think he got no regards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just
right.
Black workforce energy. So you get it too. So make sure you got them hands before you say that.
Exactly. You thinking that's about to be a sweet little run.
Out there like that.
Exactly.
That's funny.
That's why I don't try to fight gay dudes, bro. Because I be like, to me it's a lose-lose situation when you find a gay guy, man. Because it's like, especially if he's like flamboyantly gay, and I feel like gay dudes, they know how to fight, bro. I feel like they know how to fight. Their whole life they've been fighting. They've been.
They're just more aggressive. They just more like they got the energy. Like they just Super Saiyans. All of them. They just kind of they got a little bit of extra strength for something in there. I don't know what it is.
Exactly, son.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know if it's the butt sex or what, son. But definitely, son. I'll be trying to watch out. Like, yo, if you try to come, hey, that's why I just let it go. I don't know if you heard of there was a gang by the name of Killer Mafia that was out here back in the day. They used to go to the Go-Go's. You're not from Maryland, bro. I swear you're not from Maryland.
No, hold on. I knew about the Check It.
Check It?
Is that who we're...
Oh.
Yeah. We talking about the same group? Because that's who that came to mind when you just said that.
I heard Check It too, though. But you never heard of Killer Mafia?
Nah, just the Check It. And then you have to stamp in the Go-Go.
Yeah.
Check It.
Yeah. And you never heard them stamping the Go-Go Killer Mafia?
Nah.
Oh man, I would hear that all the time. I had no idea what they were. I was just like, Killer Mafia. I'm like, dang, that sounds like some type of scary hood that I'm never gonna approach. And then when somebody told me, it was like, yeah, it's a homosexual gang. I said, what? They getting stamped in the Go-Go's?
We got to be talking about the same thing. I don't know why. I never heard that name.
Unless they changed from Killer Mafia to Check It or something like that. I stopped paying attention. All I heard was gay gangs, and they said you being the
when I was in high school. This is around 2011 or 2014, 2010, 2014. We called them. It was the Check It.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Maybe they changed it. Because we around the same age. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I stopped paying attention after a while. I barely even knew who they were. I just always hear them. I hear Check It in the Go-Go, and I hear Killer Mafia. Yeah. So that was.
Oh, so there was two. I only knew about the Check It.
Oh, see, yeah, it might be a little something, man. But yeah, they would be out here in the freaking lines of the Go-Go's grabbing dudes' asses, and it's like. Some dudes, you never seen a dude turn pussy so fast. They might turn around and be like, think they about to square up, and then they realize it's like 8 gay dudes right there with blades and stuff. And you're just like, damn. This is not a battle I think I can win right now. Like, and you just gonna have to live with your asses being grabbed. You feel me?
Being grabbed, and they probably like they do it again.
Yeah, they'll do it again, and then look at you straight in the face like, yeah, I did it. Like, what you gonna do about it? You feel me? And it's like, damn. You gotta go home after that. I can't go into the Go-Go after that because I feel like now they feel the pussy in my blood. And now they're gonna come at me, and the Go-Go's probably try to sneak twerks on me or something like that. I'm not sure, son. I'm not taking the risk and stuff like that. Some people's gonna be like, "Oh, you're being homo." You know, stupid people on Twitter probably say what I just said right now is homophobic. It's like, what if they do want to dance with you? Is that a problem? That absolutely is a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, I want a sword fight out here, son. I'm just like, I'm out here going there for females, man. I'm trying to find the females who are gonna be finessable, son. You have to.
Yeah, we're all people. We all have our specific missions.
Exactly.
Yours is females. Theirs is males.
Exactly.
So you just gotta let them know, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're just not on the same mission. You gotta find somebody else that aligns with your goals.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Hey, bro, be honest with you. I be wondering when girls be going to the club, right? You always be hearing girls say they just go to the club just to have fun, and I just be sitting there like, is that really the reason? Because dudes, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I run around with the wrong dudes. I have yet to meet a dude that said, yo, I'm trying to go to the club just to have fun. Like, no, it's the main goal is like, yo, we huddled up, we all drinking the cheap alcohol so we don't have to pay it in the club and everything like that. And then we just like, hey, listen, I'm cracking something tonight, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm
that's always the goal. Yeah. Like, we always got that goal when we go out. I mean, and I said cap earlier. I feel like, here's what I feel like. I feel like maybe some girls go out for that same reason, you know, to find that dude, or maybe like they may be thinking like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna give it up tonight. Somebody gonna get lucky tonight, right? They may have that mind. Some of them might have that mindset. I think it's diverse. So I think some of them may just. I definitely think, at least the bare minimum, they want to go out to get noticed. They want to go out to get noticed. So they want to look good. They want to, you know, do themselves up right. You feel me? Go out and get noticed. So even if they have a boyfriend, right? So they may not want to do anything with nobody.
Right.
But I do think at the very least, you at least want to get some attention.
Right.
They do when they go out.
No, I agree. I definitely agree, man. I talk to I be talking to my girl. It's crazy, right? I have a girl and I be talking reckless like this, right? She doesn't watch my content though, so I could definitely just go ahead and just say all of this stuff, right? She doesn't watch any of my stuff, and even if she does, I'm just gonna tell her it's just fake, even though it's not. That's what I've done. That's what I've done. You know, this whole interview. Hey, listen, you gotta bring the image out there. But yeah, that's what I be saying, like, cause my girl be saying like, you know, most of the time be competition, even with their friends and stuff, just going out there, just like, yo, who looks better than who and all that stuff, right? It's always a competition.
Who the dude's talking to?
Exactly. That's why you always usually see the friend that don't really get nothing be the first one to be like, hey, let's get out of here. This party's not fun. This ain't nothing. You feel me? So definitely be like that in that situation. So let me ask you this, man, and when it comes to, because we're gonna have to wrap up soon, because I realize I'm like, damn, we really been rapping, bro.
Yeah, we've been rapping.
But I wanted to ask you, is there anything in your life, right, that you would go back and change up until this point? Like, is there anything, like maybe if you were 5, 7, or 10 years old, is there anything that you would change that you would have done different before you've gotten to this point?
Man, that would change. I don't know. All right, so I mean, first, I feel like when I was really young, I was living in Staten Island. I was probably like,
damn, bro, you out here living everywhere. So you talking about I'm living in Carolina, Staten Island. I'm living in Laurel, like that. Where else you live, bro?
It wasn't my fault. I wasn't choosing it. I was young. I was a kid. I was going where they took me.
You barely.
But yeah, I was like 4 or 5. I was like 4 or 5. There was like a Slurpee that was like half finished. It was just sitting in a tree. Had been out there for weeks. And one day I was just thirsty. I grabbed it and I drank it.
You savage. You savage.
Yeah, just grabbed it. I just grabbed it and I drank it. And you know, I don't know how that has affected me to this point. So maybe I'll go back and change that. Maybe it would have maybe just changed something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there was an ingredient in there, something that went bad, and I could be taller. Who knows? It could have stunted my growth. So if anything, that's what I would change. And then I don't know. I feel like I'll go back to high school and just do and just put up way more better numbers. I feel like in high school, now I'm being serious, but I feel like in high school, I thought too much about football. Like,
when you say numbers, you're talking about numbers athletically, right? You're talking about like yardage, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So what, you feel like you feel like looking back, you've seen so many mistakes that you may have made when you're on the field and stuff. You're like, man, I can definitely brush up on that. I can see how I can fix this route and everything.
No, not like the mistakes. I think I just took it too seriously. Like I was just too like, you know, I gotta do this. I gotta be the best, and I feel like if I would just like lay back and be like, you know, this is easy. Like, you know, let's go out here and have fun.
Right.
That I would have, you know, like about like a 900 to 1,000 yards. I feel like as a receiver back in high school. And it's funny, that was the advice, you know, that my OGs, you know, would give me, like, dude, like, this is easy. High school football, they're like, man, this is easy. You know, a lot of these guys, they're not going to play college ball, you know what I mean? So you're really going up against dudes that, you know, this is it for them. Like, you should cook them. So if that was one thing that we always talk to my friends, I'd be like, man, yeah, if we go back, man, I would have a lot more fun, you know, in high school. Football.
Just really enjoyed it and stuff. Everything, right? Were you looking for a scholarship back then or something? Was that the main goal at the end of the day? You wanted to make it to the league, the NFL?
Yes, that was my and the thing about it though, it wasn't really my goal. I feel like as I got older and I matured more, I started to understand where that came from. I really wanted the lifestyle that NFL players had, and just the ability to kind of do what you want to do, love to do, and make this much money.
And hoes.
Exactly. So, and that's important as well.
Definitely.
And so I was like, man, I was like, that's what I want to do. I saw the lifestyle those guys had. I was like, man, I want that. You feel me? And so that's why I made that the goal. But then as I got older, I'm like, there's just so much more I can do to do that, and I don't have to, kill my brain or crush my skull to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I started to kind of put my mind towards that, like, what could I do? And I never really kind of grasped it until, I started to, make these videos and stuff.
Nice, man. Hey, we appreciate the videos, man. 100%, man. You're freaking hilarious. I'm telling you that. Like,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that, every like, every comment, every share, everything.
Hey, listen,
thank y'all, man.
Hey, listen, you deserve it. You deserve it. You've been growing like rapidly. You deserve everything you've gotten so far, my dude. So I want to ask you, before we get off here, I wanted to ask you, what is the end goal for Mr. Go 30, man? What is the plan for the future?
Yes, sir. So I want to continue to drop videos. I'm gonna get bigger on YouTube. YouTube is growing, but I want to, I'm starting to do more vlogs on YouTube and move to putting longer pieces on YouTube. As far as like films and videos, and then I want to stream on Twitch. I play Madden. I play 2K. My Wi-Fi isn't as good where I'm at, so that's why I'm not streaming on Twitch right now. I got the PS5 and everything. I'm all good. It's just like I'm gonna wait till I move to start streaming on Twitch, and then I want to eventually. So we'll talk about the end goal. I want to. Well, before that, let me say before that, I want to be on TV, have a show, act on TV. Be involved in stuff like that, and then going forward, like how Jordan Peele, like he came out with Get Out. I want to have a similar, path where down the line I can start to make my own movies. I think that I have the ideas in my head that I can bring to the screen. I think a lot of people that will enjoy.
Oh man, that's actually impressive, man. Definitely.
And then I actually have a app idea that down the line I'll go ahead and roll that out.
You don't want to reveal it right now. Somebody might steal your idea.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal it on the Discord live.
One more question before we wrap this up. Because you did just mention the app, and I wanted to.
You actually just said one more question.
Yeah.
Sorry, like
right. My fault. I just gotta know, because you just mentioned this, and you made this into a longer thing than it had to be, because you just mentioned the app. So I gotta ask you, because you are like Mr. Air App. So I'm trying to understand. Are you a partner with Air App at this point, man? Or it's like, because the way you were shouting them out, and I seen that you just got, I think, Match Point or something added to one of your sponsors and stuff, but your number one sponsor seems to be the Air App, man. So, like, tell me, how did that come into fruition?
Yeah, I mean, when I was coming up, just making videos. This is probably still when I was just only doing Clemson videos. The CEO, the founder, owner, he reached out to me, and he wanted to. This was actually my first paid video. He wanted to, do a video with me, and we did that. He liked what came from it. So, we just continued to get into longer term contracts as far as, for videos. And so, that's where we're at right now. So, I was just with them, this weekend. We had it up. They're a part of the vlog that I'm dropping. So it's cool. So we're just seeing where it goes.
Oh, that's definitely smooth, man. They really saw the potential early, man, because I feel like you really made Air App into the app that it is now. Because I feel like, hey, if it wasn't for you, I really doubt that many people would even know what Air App was. You feel me? So I feel like they owe a lot of their growth to you. You probably the biggest name that they have, right?
Yeah. I mean, they've said, I'm pretty much the face of the app. So I mean, I'm just so hopefully I'm representing it well here today. You know,
Oh.
I hope I didn't say anything crazy.
Definitely. All right, man. We're about to sign off, man. Before we sign off, tell them where they can find you. You already know it's everywhere, man. Tell them about merch, anything that you want to speak out. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and it's Mr. Go 30. That's MRGO30. And then on TikTok, some clown stole my name before I made a TikTok, so it's Mr. Go 30. So it's not just a smooth Mr. Go 30, whatever. But if you start typing in Mr. Go 30, it'll come up anyway. So it doesn't matter. So that's the social media aspect of it. And then if you look at my bio on Instagram, if you look at my bio on Twitter, you will see my merch link. It's very important. Do not, obviously T.O. had on the merch in the national championship game. So
That was huge.
From that, we've got a lot of frauds coming out and trying to put this design on stuff and put it out. We're taking care of it, but make sure that you only buy merch from the link that I provide in my bio, or if I tweet the link.
Dude, that's huge. That's huge, actually. I think that's a big deal if people start making fake stuff, counterfeit product.
I feel like Gucci or
right,
Louis
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up, bro. Like, people out here sitting there trucking their car, be like, yo, I got that. Yeah, not really an athlete joint right here. Not really an athlete. What you want for it? You
trying to do?
Right, exactly. Yo, that's big time, bro. That really is big time, man. But thank you so much, man, for taking the time out to speak to us, man. This was a great conversation. I'll be honest with you. This was really, really good. Went by really, really smooth, son. I feel like we got a lot of insightful stuff from you. And I honestly feel more motivated in my endeavors just by talking to you, man. And
Me too. I feel motivated, you know what I'm saying, to get more legs. I feel like that's the goal for 2022.
Hey, that's
talking
that's
to you. You open my eyes, man.
Hey, listen, man. That's the goal at the end of the day, man. It's the legs. The legs. The more men are classified strength based on how many legs that they conquer, son. That's why when you see a dude, you guys, you be around your friends, right? You be around your friends. You see how they be like. That one friend that don't get no play whatsoever, y'all don't take him serious. Like, you just be like, bro, you ain't get no, like, you don't get hoes, bro. Like, so I don't care what you say, but that other dude, the dudes that get the hoes, it's almost like it's just like everybody just like, hey, yo, he get hoes, bro. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take his advice because he gets hoes. You feel me?
That's why I take your advice, man. That's why I'm listening to you, bro.
Gotta be, man. Just make sure if you got a girl, don't let her watch your content if you start spilling out some stuff. You feel me? And it might come back to me. You feel me? This is already risky, the stuff that I'm saying right now, because she said she's gonna support this. Yeah. Definitely write that down. But all right, man. Let me end this show right now. I appreciate you having coming on the show and everything, man. I appreciate it so much. Let me end this stream. Hey, thank y'all for coming. The people who stayed. Because I know a lot of people was coming and going throughout the whole stream and everything. I thank y'all for y'all watching it. The stream is going to be uploaded immediately.